right? The question is, how can we optimize the costs, but not cutting them absolutely, but start using them more efficiently? So we will take the maximum advantage of them.
Very good question. And you see me looking ahead up, which means I'm looking at my brain, right? So I don't believe in, so okay, two things. Cost cutting is one side of the story, but it ends. You cannot get to zero cost, right? Which means you can go from, I would say, from 100 to 80 or 100 to 60, right? Which means you've improved your margin solely if the revenue stays the same. So you just grew on this side, right? I'm just taking this as the cost side. That's great for that margin, but in that perspective, in the long run, this will also go down, right? So you're basically doing this. I'm focused on revenue. So I'm focused on growing this. Right? Sure. I would always say, look at that, because now you're doing both, right? Because you're not just creating margin by looking at it one-sidedly, just at the cost side, or only on the revenue side. But the plus of revenue is that there is no maximum. And it's theoretically it's what's the word? Endless. I don't know if it's not the right, but you know, there's no cap. Whereas with cost, there you can only go so low, right? There you can only do so little. My argument would be focus on the revenue, create more revenue, create more margin that way. And then you can still look at the cost, because then you can grow even more margin, but then you can be smarter about what are the consequences of cutting these costs. It doesn't become an instant cost cutter with the same revenue, right? It becomes, okay, now we can spend some more time on which ones can be cut because we are growing our revenue. People probably don't want to do that, but they should, right? Because they're already growing, right? They're making more revenue, or they're making more margin next year versus this year, so they're happy. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be looking at costs. What it'll do is you then get both sides of it's a double-edged sword, right? Whereas that example that you gave is one edge of that sword, because it's only cost. But if you focus on revenue and then also look on the cost side, then you get both sides. But I would let the cost be secondary to revenue growth.